So, yoga culture, it's fucked up. Yoga absolutely can be a wonderful practice, something I enjoy myself, have done for a while. And as I've kind of got away from kind of a few teachers I've practiced with for a while and into the wider yoga scene, I've been pretty shocked as to the kind of culture that exists in yoga worldwide. Probably practiced with about 200 different teachers because I travel a lot for work. So these opinions here are coming from a fairly broad base of different classes and different styles, for example. To understand why yoga culture is fucked, we really need to view three different aspects of culture. I call these memes, so that means a kind of collection of cultural values. What I'm going to talk about draws a lot from theories of adult development, a guy called Robert Kegan, spiral dynamics, there's a bunch of them, but I'll simplify it for this video. So the first cultural kind of meme, cultural collection, would be a kind of fundamentalist set of values. So yoga is inheriting this from a kind of Indian guru type tradition, which basically says there's a right way and a wrong way, and anything that's not right is wrong, not just technically but kind of morally, and it leads to this kind of puritanical, fundamentalist kind of jihad quality. Also the authority is absolute, the teacher says goes, if they want to touch you and adjust you they can. So in a modern context this is just inappropriate for it. It's pre-scientific, it's pre-modern. This kind of way of looking at the world is actually, I know some people are going to be upset by this, but it's primitive. That kind of fascist orientation, we've simply moved on from that. So that's going to cause all kinds of problems with people that have a very different value set. We most often see this, for example, in cases of abuse. Well, of course, if there's that kind of absolute power and the guru model, that is going to occur. We also see it in superstition. There's a non-scientific orientation. It's just, well, that's just how it is. That's how we've always done it. Backwards looking, so there's not a questioning of certain just ridiculous things in yoga. So that's the first kind of meme we've got to watch out for, that fundamentalist meme. Let's go to the third one. So the third one would be kind of a postmodern pluralist meme. So this is kind of like coming from the hippie movement in the 60s, a very Western often perspective of kind of like anything goes, there's no right, no wrongs. It's kind of the opposite of this one we just described. Saying is difficulty with boundaries. It kind of leads to no one owns yoga, as a saying you'll often hear from this kind of trend within yoga. So these two are coexisting really uneasily. You've got the absolute fundamentalism, and you've got there's no right, no wrong, anything goes. Difficulty with boundaries, difficulty with standards, yoga teachers showing up late, being unreliable. These two things are existing really uneasily together. Often there's kind of idealisation of foreign cultures within that, idealisation of tribal cultures, and again can be quite unscientific. There's a sense of science is bad, modernity is bad, somehow mean. So those two things kind of trying to exist together, and that can create almost this split in the psyche of some yoga people, where it's like there's no right nor wrong, but do what I say. Very strange coexistence you see in yoga. Okay, the third one is that all of this is going on in a kind of modernist, consumer capitalist context. So there's no right no wrong, and yoga's for everyone, but if you can't afford it, get lost. Yeah. Also, these kind of supposedly ancient practices are being commodified, they're being commercialized, being sold off to the highest bidder, so people are coming in to do what's supposed to be transformative work, but the basic frame is I am a consumer working on myself, this highly individualized perspective that we see in this kind of modernity, kind of consumerist culture. So what you've basically got is a practice invented by the equivalent of Nazis, being done by hippies, in a kind of Gordon Gekko capitalist culture. What could possibly go wrong?